this was just a woman who's just miraculous, you know, by all accounts.
We have no laws to protect us here.
What if something happened to us?
With the boycott, there are no laws to stop us.
What would happen to the kids?
This is about being a man.
What are you doing? I'm standing up because somebody has to!
Mr. Chavez!
This is the moment, Cesar. This is what we came here to do.
What a great role.
Thank
I
you.
mean, we all know about Cesar Chavez, but we didn't know about his wife.
Yeah.
And how supportive. She was wasn't on the sidelines.
No, not at all.
Can you tell us about what you discovered about her?
Yeah, I didn't know Helen Chavez's name until Diego called me and said, I want you to play Helen. And I thought, oh God, it's going to be the role where the wife stands by and, you know, is very supportive. And he said, no, it's not that, I promise. And he was right. She made so many contributions and, you know, was a huge role in the formation of the union, and she ran the credit union. She picketed and pamphleted, and she cooked for the protesters, and she was raising 8 kids and then working in the fields to put food on the table for the kids. And this was just a woman who's just miraculous, you know, by all accounts. And I got to meet her, and that was really wonderful. She has a very strong presence, and her strength comes from a very deep, grounded, and still place. And I think she's an amazing. I think she's an amazing woman in history, and I'm just so grateful to Diego for consciously choosing to make her visible in this story, because oftentimes, you know, those roles are very, you know, thin for women.
Right. And what was one thing she told you that kind of blew you away about those times?
You know, it was interesting that, you know, that the hard work never scared her. Like she wasn't someone who came from a place of fear. You know, the things that worried her the most were if her kids were sacrificing too much. And I think that really spoke to the conflicts that she had as an activist, as a partner to Cesar in this movement, but also as a mother, and that sometimes those interests were conflicting. And you know, I think that I like that in the film. You know, in the end, there isn't resolve, because sometimes there isn't. You don't know if you made the right choices. And I think that, you know, she's still very vulnerable and about, you know, what her children went through in order for them to achieve what they achieved. And at the same time, she deeply believed in the cause and lived the cause, because she'd been working on the field since she was 7 years old. So she truly believed in the fight for the dignity of people. And what I love about the way Diego chose to go about telling this story was to really humanize this hero, you know, to really say change doesn't happen because heroes drop out of the sky and fix things. It's because ordinary people like you and me make sacrifices and make choices.
And what was it like working with Michael Pena? I think he's he's such a great actor.
Yeah, Michael and I had just worked together 6 months prior on End of Watch, where we played like cops, and that was a very different relationship between us. It was quite competitive, and we had a really good time, but it was fun to sort of switch on a dime and go to a much more supporting and tender relationship. And we had a good time, and I think we both felt very honored to be playing the roles, and that really informed a lot of the working with one another.
You can't oppress someone who's not afraid anymore.